your company is sold or merges with another company, it affects your outstanding stock grants. Let's go over 5 things to know about what could happen to your stock options, restricted stock, or RSUs. I'm going to use the word stock grants to refer to all these type of equity awards unless there's something different to know about stock options. First, what happens to your vested and unvested grants could be handled in different ways depending on the deal's terms, what the companies negotiate, and any limits in your company's stock plan and provisions in your individual grant agreement. Second, according to the terms of your individual stock grant, your unvested grants with time-based vesting may get some or all of their vesting accelerated when certain conditions occur. This means more of your stock grants vest. However, in addition to the deal closing, with most grants, a second event or trigger must occur, such as a job loss, for the vesting to accelerate. Third, unless your stock grants get cashed out by the buyer, your outstanding grants will most often turn into grants in the new company. When you have vested and unvested grants, the most common approach is converting or rolling them over in a structure that essentially turns them into grants in the new company. Another approach is buying out for cash your outstanding grants. With stock options, that means that at least the options that are vested get cashed out. Be aware that in a cash buyout, you may need to exercise your options by the closing to avoid forfeiting them. There are other approaches, including giving you a combination of stock and cash, while having the grants continue in your company if it just becomes a subsidiary of the buyer. Fourth, the vesting schedule on the unvested grants will normally carry over. The exchange ratio that's being used to determine how many shares in the buyer someone gets for your company's stock will also apply to your stock grants. For options, there's also an adjustment in the exercise price to preserve the size of your total spread for all your options between the exercise price and the stock price the buyer is paying. Fifth, as for taxes in general, if you're not getting any cash in exchange for your grants or your vested company stock, the transaction itself and the treatment for your grants should be tax-free. Check to see if the options originally granted to you as incentive stock options will retain their status as ISOs or become non-qualified stock options. Any acceleration of vesting for restricted stock and RSUs or the exercise of non-qualified stock options will usually trigger ordinary income. For more details on the impact of M&A on your outstanding stock grants, including taxes, see the M&A section on mystockoptions.com or in the Knowledge Center if your company licenses it. Thank you.